Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Dr. Mangesh Doshi, working as an assistant professor in Satana College. Friends, in last videos we saw conformations of cyclohexane as well as conformations of methyl cyclohexane and their stabilities. Links are provided into the description box. You can follow that links also. Friends, in this video we will learn about conformations of dimethyl cyclohexanes and their stabilities. Friends, dimethyl cyclohexane means two hydrogens of cyclohexane are replaced by two methyl groups. Now these two hydrogens of methyl cyclohexanes may be from the same carbon or may be from the different carbon. If both hydrogens from the same carbon are replaced by the methyl group, then that is called as 1,1-dimethyl cyclohexane. But if these two hydrogens of the cyclohexane replaced by the methyl groups are from the different carbon atoms, then there are three possibilities. Those are 1,2-dimethyl cyclohexane, 1,3-dimethyl cyclohexane and 1,4-dimethyl cyclohexane. So these are the four possibilities are there for dimethyl cyclohexane. Now we will learn one by one their stability, their geometrical isomerism, their optical isomerism. Before going into the details, we will see what is geometrical isomerism. As we know that this is the structure of 1,2-dimethyl cyclohexane. If you consider this is the general molecular plane of the cyclohexane, so these both methyls are pointing out on the same side of the general molecular plane, that is upward side. So if these two methyls are pointing on the same side, then this is called as cis isomer. But if these two methyls are pointing out to different directions, see this is one methyl is upside, second methyl is downside, then this is called as trans isomer. Same in case of here also, one methyl is pointing upside while second methyl is pointing downside, then this is called as trans isomer. So this cis and trans isomer, it doesn't depends upon the axial or equatorial. It depends upon just where these groups are pointing out. For example, here see here both methyls are pointing out on the same side. These are the axial methyls and these two are the equatorial methyls, but both pointing out towards the same side, that is up direction. That's why these two isomers are also called as trans isomers. So cis and trans isomerism, it doesn't depends upon the either that is axial or equatorial, equatorial or axial. It fully depends upon where these groups are pointing. If both pointing towards the same side, then that is called as cis. If they are pointing towards the opposite side, then that is called as trans. Now we will start of 1,1-dimethyl cyclohexane. 1,1-dimethyl cyclohexane means both hydrogens from the same carbon are replaced by the two methyl groups. So obviously one methyl will get axial position while second methyl will get equatorial position. As we know that if methyl group is at axial positions, there will be two 1,3-diaxial interactions, so energy of the molecule will rises and there are a repulsive force, it tried to get a equatorial position. So there will be the ring flipping, again this red methyl is converted to the equatorial position, while this ring flipping, this equatorial group is converted to the axial methyl. As we know that both methyls are same, just I showed two different colors for the differentiation. It means that at any conformation, one methyl is equatorial position while second methyl is at axial position. So there will be no geometrical isomerism in this case, since both methyl groups present on one and the same carbon atom. 1,1-dimethyl cyclohexane does not show geometrical isomerism. Now we'll see if there is any optical isomerism or not. As in both the structures, structure A and structure B, one methyl is axial, one methyl is equatorial, one methyl is axial, one methyl is equatorial. So it means that compound number A and compound number both B both are same. So they are one and the same molecule. Similarly, these compounds possesses the plane of symmetry. The plane is passing through carbon number 1 and carbon number 4. So this compound is meso, and meso compounds are optically inactive. So compound A and compound B are optically inactive. They are one and the same meso compounds. They are mirror images of each other, which are superimposable mirror images. Now, just now we saw that compound number A and compound number B are one and the same, so they are equally stable. Their relative energies are same. Now see what is the relative energy of that molecule. See, if this methyl is at axial position, it shows 2,1,3 diaxial interactions. If methyl is at axial positions, it increases energy about 0.9 kilocalorie with 1,1,3 diaxial interactions. So there are 2,1,3 diaxial interactions. So 2 into 0.9 is equal to 1.8 kilocalorie per mole. So the relative potential energy of this molecule is 1.8 kilocalorie per mole. Similarly for this one also, because again in this structure one is axial methyl, one is equatorial methyl. This methyl shows 2,1,3 diaxial interaction, energy will be same. These two molecules are same molecules. Now we will see 1,2-dimethyl cyclohexane. 1,2-dimethyl cyclohexane means that two methyls are present on the two consecutive carbon atoms. Now it may possible that both methyls pointing towards the one side or both methyls pointing towards the opposite side. It means that here geometrical isomerism is possible. So cis isomer and trans isomers are possible. First we will start with cis isomer, that is axial equatorial form. As we already know that cis and trans doesn't depend upon the axial and equatorial position. It just pointing towards the upside. Now see, these two methyls are pointing towards the upside, so one methyl gets up axial position while second methyl gets up equatorial position. This is the ring flip structure. P structure is a ring flip structure. Axial is converted to equatorial while this equatorial converted to the axial. Always remember, in ring flip structure, equatorials are converted to the axial while axial are converted to the equatorial position. Now you will see their mirror images. So this is the compound number C. This is the mirror image of A structure, you can see clearly, and B structure is the mirror image of D. This C and D are ring flip structure. This axial is converted to the equatorial and equatorial is converted to the axial. So geometrical isomerism, if yes, it's possible, because just now we saw that these two methyls are pointing towards the same side. So these all four structures are the cis isomer of 1,2-dimethyl cyclohexane. Optical isomerism is possible, yes or no? It seems there is no plane of symmetry and these mirror images are not superimposable. So expectedly these are the optically active compound, but these are optically inactive compounds. Now we will see why. See here, compound number A, axial and right handedly, second methyl is equatorial. This is axial, this is the mirror image of this compound. Axial right handedly, there is no methyl group, so these two mirror images are non superimposable, so that should be optically active. But after ring flipping of this C structure is converted to the D. So this axial methyl is converted to the equatorial positions while this equatorial methyl is converted to the axial position. Now as we know that in cyclohexane all carbons are same and these are the methyls, both methyls are same. Now we will see, if this is the first carbon, axial methyl, and right-handedly this is the second carbon, there is an equatorial position. So compound number D is equal to the compound number A. See, first carbon methyl axial, right-handedly second carbon methyl is equatorial. So if this is the first carbon methyl is axial, while right-handedly second carbon methyl is equatorial. It means that compound number A and compound number D are same. And as we know that these are the two ring flip structures, so it means that C and D is equal to. So in other way, if A is equal to D, C is equal to D, it means that A is equal to C, and A and C are the mirror images. So if these mirror images are same, compound becomes optically inactive. So similar case for compound number B and compound number C also. See here, these are the mirror images, and you can say that these are not superimposable, but these are the ring flip structures. A and B are same. Now see here, if this is the first carbon, left-handedly this second methyl is equatorial. See here, axial, left-handedly second carbon methyl is axial. So compound number B and compound number C are also equal. It means that all structure are one and the same. That's why these all structure are same, so those are optically inactive. Now we will see a relative potential energy of this molecule. So in four structures, as we know that all four structures are same, so there is one axial methyl group. So each axial methyl group, already we saw, it shows two 1,3-diaxial interactions. One 1,3-diaxial interaction increases energy by 0.9 kilocalorie per mole, but one methyl shows a two 1,3-diaxial interactions always. So 2 into 0.9 is equal to 1.8 kilocalorie per mole. So methyl, if axial position, it shows two 1,3-diaxial interactions. One 1,3-diaxial interactions increases the energy by 0.9 kilocalorie per mole. So total energy of the molecule increases with 1.8 kilocalorie per mole. If methyl is at equatorial positions, so there is no change in energy, so 0.0. But particularly in this 1,2-dimethyl cyclohexane, it shows a butane-Gauch interaction. If you consider this is the first carbon, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. So first carbon and fourth carbon making an angle 60 with each other. So that is called as butane-Gauch interaction, that increases the energy by 0.9 kilocalorie per mole. So total energy of the molecule is 1.8 plus 00 plus 0.9 is equal to 2.7 kilocalorie per mole. 2.7 kilocalorie per mole. Now we will see 1,2-dimethyl hexane trans isomer. See here, trans isomer, both methyls are pointing towards the opposite side. Red methyl is upside while second methyl is downside. Here also this is the ring flip structure, both axials are converted to the equatorial position. So still one is upside, one is downside. Now you see the mirror images of these two compounds. So these two are the mirror images. A and C are the mirror images, B and D are the mirror images, while C and D are the ring flip structures of each other. Optical isomers, yes, there is no plane of symmetry, that's why this conformation, that is trans 1,2-dimethyl cyclohexane, is optically active. Now see the relative energy for axial dimethyl cyclohexane. As we know that one axial group or one axial methyl shows two 1,3-diaxial interactions. Here are two methyls are axial, so total 4 1,3-diaxial interactions are there. Each 1,3-diaxial interaction increases the energy by 0.9. So 4 into 0.9 is equal to 3.6. So total energy of the molecule is 3.6 kilocalorie per mole. If these two methyls are equatorial, then this is called as equatorial form. Both methyls are equatorial, as we know that if methyl is at equatorial position, there is no change in energy. So both methyls are equatorial. So two methyls are equatorial, there is no change in energy. But in particularly 1,2 dimethyl cyclohexane, butane-Gauch interaction is there. See, first carbon, second, third and fourth. So first carbon and fourth carbon, if you see in a Newman production formula, they are making an angle 60 degrees. So because of they are not much far away from each other at 60 degrees, total energy of the molecule 0.9 kilocalorie per mole for butane-Gauch interaction. So in relative stability, which form is more stable, axial or equatorial? So obviously equatorial are more stable with 0.0 kilocalorie per mole energy. In cis isomer, axial equatorial total energy is 2.7, while axial energy is 3.6. So in 1,2 dimethyl cyclohexane, equatorial positions are more stable than axial than axial. So axial positions are unstable in 1,2 dimethyl cyclohexane. Thank you friends, thank you for the watching. If you like this video, just like, share and subscribe. In next video we will see conformations of 1,3 dimethyl cyclohexane and 1,4 dimethyl cyclohexane. Thank you once again.